him and his wife have come down with COVID. That's why he is not standing here beside me. We're going to get Chris online right away, and so I'll introduce you, and then I have something special I need your help with. Chris has been a 20-year career as a railroad and union official for the Smart TD Union. That is one of the largest labor unions in the United States. His area of expertise is in state, federal, railroad safety, and operational law. He's going to share some information probably just today about Quail Creek because we want to get him in and out and back to bed. So here's what I need to have you all do. I need to have you put your hand up and give him a big woo! Welcome, Chris.
He gives a tooth.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's glad to be here. I'll be back next month. I live right here in Sarita. If you could you pull up can the audience see my slides to start with?
Yes. One moment.
Let's start. I'm Chris Cheeley with Smart Transportation Union. It's actually closer to 29-year railroad veteran. I started when I was in high school and through college working for the railroads. I'm one of your neighbors. I live right here in Green Valley. I live up above the Pecan Road, Sarita. My mother and father-in-law live in Quail Creek. I work for Smart Transportation Union, and I am one of the legislative lobbyists for Arizona and nationwide. My area of expertise is hours of service regulation and a few others. I just really have to convey to you today, I'm going to be covering the Quail Creek crossing. There's some hard timelines that you read.
Somebody has their hearing aids on, and that's why we're getting feedback. So I'm going to move down just a little bit.
Cover that. If you don't mind going to the next slide, please. And next slide. So, let's go back in time. The city of Sarita put the new crossing gates in, I'd say about a year ago. And from what I read in detail, and I'm not a crossing guy, I'm a train operation guy. If trains run, that's my job. It looks like there was an issue with the filing with the state and the approval with the railroad. Crossings, for as much as some parts are unregulated, putting new crossings are highly regulated. I spoke with Mr. Pike yesterday at length, who's in charge of Sarita and Union Civic have been granted a docket date for September 21st. On the 24th of August, the administration gave his recommendation. This is really big for you guys. This will be what decides when that crossing gets approved and how it goes through. If you look at the bottom here, there's a little note. That's Jason Pike. We go to the next one. This is the docket number. It's R36-398-23B-0096, Union Pacific Road on September 21st. That will happen on that day is the 5 members of the Arizona Corporation Commission will vote to approve the crossing. The recommendation from the magistrate judge is to approve the crossing as outlined with no delay and for it to be installed enough. They say 24 months in it. So you guys should have your crossing and upgraded safety features in the next probably 24 months. I would say it'd be a little quicker than that based on the political pressure to get that done from the city. But that is very good news. Now, what can you do? Can we go to the next page? If you go to azcc.gov, if you go to open meetings cases, you can log on and leave public comment. It is critically important, I would say, everyone save the date of September 21st and be on those meetings. I have to be in them a lot for railroad-related items, but it is critically important. You can leave public comments still on there and for the open cases. If you go to open cases to me, you can kind of click your way through and you'll find what you need to get in there. And I cannot tell you as a citizen involved in the railroad, it is critically important that you guys go through, talk to them, tell them what you think. It's just like RTS for doing civic action up at the state capitol. So this is purely the Arizona Corporation Commission. And I do a lot of lobbying and I also do a lot of elections. This is why I tell people that this corporation commission is so important to citizens because they have effects on you that you don't realize. Processes. So I want to give you an update. I know a lot of people are showing up for the state and the timeline like I said, I'll be at the next meeting to get my full Arizona Railroad presentation. But this is critically important you guys get on this. I'll send George a link with all the links and the times. I have it on I've bookmarked it for my notes to make sure we know that you guys have something going on. I might actually be at the meeting too. I think we have something for the unions on that day too. So they meet all the time. So George can send this out to you. This is the actual document. You scan through it. It's 10 pages. What happens, magistrate judge will review the case and write a recommendation to the Arizona Corporation Commission. Then they have to vote on it. And this is where they're at. This is a recommendation to the Arizona Corporate, an open meeting item. If you guys have your own time to lead it through it, I would suggest the best way to start is read to the bottom because it gives a summary. If you go all the way to the bottom, it's a lot of legalese until you get to the bottom. And go up a little bit. If you look, it is ordered that the town area will be discussed. It is ordered the Imperial Town area shall complete crossing within 24 months. It is further ordered the Imperial shall commission within 10 days of commission crossing upgrade and further ordered crossing upgrades. What happens is it'll get voted on. So the Corporation Commission is the only one that can approve crossings. I don't know the history really what went wrong. I really don't. I can tell you when they put buoy in out in Arizona, the crossing sat done. We had double main line done for 7 months because they screwed up the crossing. So, and the Arizona Corporation Commission can be rather nasty with cities and the railroad for not doing this right. They get kind of tired of them not following the procedures. There is a kind of laid out procedure for this. Does anyone have any questions about the Quail Creek crossing?
Why does it take 24 months? What will it do?
Chris, the question is here, why does it take 24 months and what will they do in between time? Did you hear me okay?
I don't know. I was reading that today and I need to ask Jason didn't get back. I think he's out hiking right now. I can get you guys an answer why it's 24 months. I imagine that's the legal time frame. But they also got to get the signal box put in. So that crossing has got to be hardwired into the railroad tracks because it's so close. I wish they would have done what they did at Sarah Rita Boulevard, where they kicked it out through the pecan groves and ran it on the air side of the park. That was the original plan, because that gives you a lot more place to play with. So I would find out. I'll find that out for you guys. I'll have the answer by next week. At the next meeting next month, I'll have you guys an answer. I promise. So. That's a good question. And I'll throw out any railroad questions.
Yeah, hang on a second. I got one more question.
Right.
I don't know if he's going to be able to hear you, but I'll take the question again.
That's the question. It hasn't.
I was told quite a while ago that the reason that all this was occurring was because there was this dispute between the city of Sahuarita and the town of Sahuarita and also with the railroad company. And what they were doing was the railroad company was willing to go ahead and start, set it up, but they wanted the town of Sahuarita to take over the maintenance and, the fixing whatever it was that needed to be repaired, and there was a dispute about that. Is that correct or not?
Chris, did you hear that?
There's a line in here that talks about maintenance. I have to dig through it. I don't speak for the railroad. I would never speak out of turn for the railroad. Trust me. There's a reason besides smart, I have seniority as a railroad. There's a reason I never mentioned the carrier I work for, because they will discipline me for speaking out of turn on them. That whatever happens between the railroad and the carrier in the city, this is the negotiated settlement. This is the settlement by the magistrate judge. The Arizona Corporation Commission will oversee this, and I believe there's a line in here. I'd have to look through. Give me a second. Let me find the answers. They actually talk about that. Okay, so Serio will be responsible for maintaining all traffic control devices and all striping in road. UP will be responsible for maintaining the railroad crossings and the signaling system involving. That was, I believe, one of the speeds. It's item 19 on the list. We go up a little bit. Scan up a little bit. Let's take a look. So that would be the answer for what we're looking for. get both those answers, a more clarified answer for you. It's typically these our administrative go a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, down a little bit. Oh no, over there. There we go. 19 over to the side a little bit. Over to.
On the right-hand side.
It's not easy to do, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Give it the little, the cursor down at the bottom. Go down more.
Yes, there's the slider. There you go.
Move a little bit.
Gotcha.
If you read 19, 19 covers it. So what the administrative judge did in this order is he basically said who's going to pay for what. And that's kind of where it came down to. And that's the Corporation Commission, that's their responsibility as being the corporation. They settle these disputes. The administrative judge will make the recommendation on that. Like I said, it's really important that you guys get on this call and you'll get to see a lot about what's going to go up your guys' question. It's not my area of expertise, but I stuck my big nose in it for you guys, and I know a little bit about crossing because I know about railroad trains blocking crossings. But this is an area of expertise that I'm not really. That's not my normal area. But these are typically handled as disputes.
We got one more question for Chris.
Yes.
You may have just answered it, but I was wondering, does anyone know how many trains go through there? Because some of those trains are really long.
I can tell you right now that, well, we'll talk about the future because I just was in a meeting with the carriers. Right now we run between 6 and 10 trains a day up and down in Nogales with one local that comes down to the mines. This is going to be a little bit covered in my next presentation, but it's 6 to 10 trains a day. There are 2 what they call mixed manifests, which have all types of goods and services. They go down and 2 that go up a day. There is a daily auto train. There's a loads and empty, so empty goes down, loads come up. And then there's coal trains, grain trains, and a couple air specialty trains that show up every now and then. But upwards, we were told that near 40, they expect that to grow up to 16. There's talk right now about putting a siding at Elephant Head Road, more sidings in down in Rio Rico, and then a siding at Lumber Road, which is when you drive on Nogales Highway up to Tucson. It's where the old radio towers for the radio station used to be. So when you go past the cement plant, past Pima Mine Road, the next road you can cross the train tracks is Lumber Road. It's like 15,000 feet of distance. They want to put a sign there for spacing. And there's some track work that they want to do in town. I've seen the plans for it, but being an NAFTA railroad, we rip the benefits of Bill Clinton's NAFTA law. We run a lot of traffic out down south. My favorite job in the whole railroad when I actually ride trains is the Nogales job. It's a very interesting place to be. Most people don't realize the amount of commerce that goes through our neighborhoods on a daily basis. At the next meeting, I'll go into about block crossings and some of the issues that are involved with that. But they're typically 9,000 to 10,000 foot trains that go down there.
Anybody else have any other questions for Chris at this time? Chris, we really want to thank you for taking and stepping up. We really appreciate that.
I'll be back next month. Please come back. I've got a wonderful expose. I'm going to go into great detail about my theory about Amtrak, where we're going to go. I've actually talked to Governor Hobbs. Some of the ideas, this is how we get from where we're at now, basically 2 generations past a steam engine and putting cars out here to the modern day. There's a path that's easy and how you guys can get it to go through. There's a lot of political will. It's something we've been working on for a while as a union with the Democrats and with DOT. But that's something I really can't express. And then I'll cover the laws that are going to come up next year. We're always trying to prep with some of our friendly legislators about what we're going to introduce. We've got at least 4 to 5 bills. And then I'll go through how you can outreach. Being a lobbyist, I can give you guys a lot of pointers as a constituent how to really be effective. And I know you've got Green Valley's got some pretty great legislative representatives. I actually am on the borderline. I'm over with all the guys in Conservatives. because I'm on the wrong side of Santa Rita Road. I'm with Gowan.
Well,
I'll leave my comments to myself.
we better let you go before we find you sliding off that chair.
You
We really, let's give him a big thank you.
But trains are railroads, I'm an avid railroad history. Now you can see I've got the sign from the Reno behind me from so I'm one of the guys that move it and do the scene restoration on it. So when I tell people, it's not that I hate the railroad. I love trains. Probably more than most people realize. And for those of you guys that don't want to see model trains, that's my wall of model trains.
He loves trains.
I actually, since I'm with Democratic Party, you guys want to hear something really funny about me going to constituents meetings? My hobby is I build miniature steam engines that run on coal. And they sent me by accident to the anti-coal group. And I said, you guys just probably sent me the wrong places. I'm a guy who has a miniature train that runs on coal. And we kind of chuckled about it because there's a great video of me shoveling coal nuggets in. And I said, this is probably not the place for me to be talking about the benefits of going green. But I will tell you, coal and clean coal and cleaning those issues up is important. And I can tell you there's a lot of opportunity for energy in the railroad sector. That may not be coal trains, but there's other opportunities with natural gas, the future of solar, all that, wind turbine, we haul wind turbine parts. So it's a really, really broad spectrum. And I look forward to talking to you guys next month. I got a great program. Please come back. I'll probably bring a couple guests of railroaders down there, and we'll do a little talk. You got railroad history, question about Green Valley. I'm pretty knowledgeable about the history of the valley. I need a little expose about how we ended up with railroads down here in Arizona, that type of thing.
Thank you, Chris. We'll be in touch with you. Have a good one. Go rest up.
We'll get some rest, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.